Yeah, most
Are you ever even ready for this?
times.
Dude, it's like moments before this, you're about to get kicked through the chest because you're trying to sneak attack my butthole, and like, look what happens. You almost get annihilated. And these are the things that go down.
Babe, it's not working.
What?
The jewel.
Well, why the fuck not? Are we even rolling right now? I think we're live. All right. Rolling to the credits.
You gon' love me good, you gon' love me right. You can have my heart, I'll live for the night. We can slip and slide, we can catch a vibe. All I know is just one thing. You gon' love me good, you gon' love me right. You can have my heart, I'll live for the night. We can slip and slide, we can catch a vibe. Know you got the number.
Welcome back to Loose Change Podcast, episode 4?
Apparently, podcasts don't make it past to episode 4 or past episode 4.
I'm hoping 2 and not past because we made it.
We're gonna
2.
make it to 5 anyway. It's
We're gonna
fine.
make it till 5 all day, baby. So like the last thing we were just talking about before we started this was some shit about like who did you like more in like Beyonce or Rihanna or some shit.
Yeah, always. It's like a constant battle.
Like who was you about?
Obviously, Rihanna.
And I was like, at the age of 13 or 12 or whenever I was jerking off to BET at the time.
He did it to both of them, and
To
I get
both,
that.
I mean, you both was like to the left, SOS, please. But I'm like, I can move your boxes and also like help you if you lost that C.
I don't even know what that means. Move your boxes and help if you lost that
Because
C.
Beyonce was like to the left, all your
Move the
boxes.
boxes, I get that.
And Rihanna was like, SOS, please, someone help me.
Lost that C?
Save our souls, lost at sea. It's a constant.
Oh, you said lost at sea. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's kind of
See,
cute.
I would help both of them out. Well, I was just chugging rope to my.
Oh God.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is sometimes. So now, who do you think held up the
Rihanna,
longest?
for sure.
And that's what hits? What hits are you missing? Haven't they both have hit the whole time?
I think
Like
what
Drunk in Love.
was Rihanna's last album was like Anti. I don't know what Beyonce's was because I'm just not a fan. It's okay that I'm not a fan.
Get the beehive out.
The
we,
Beehive.
we coming.
No, honestly, people might be mad that I said that.
Honestly, we are coming. Just me personally.
Come in for me as a Rihanna fan.
I'm just.
What does the Beehive do exactly?
The beehive will ruin your goddamn life.
Are you in the Beehive?
I stay adjacent, and when they need me, I come in. I'm like, it's like an LGBTQ ally. I'm like a beehive ally. Like, I'm aligned with them. I'm not necessarily a part of it, but I'm an ally.
When they need you.
When they need me, I'm there.
I feel like when the apocalypse comes, it's going to be Rihanna versus Beyonce, and it's like the Beehive. What's Rihanna's crew called? I should know, I guess. Do you know?
Dude, I don't know shit about it. Because I'm an ally to the
I don't know.
beehive.
Come on.
You're not even a part of your own fan group.
I'm not.
Jesus, Christmas. Speaking of BET, sometimes I get ashy, which I didn't think was possible for me as a white man, but I do get ashy sometimes.
If you don't moisturize.
And the thing is, I don't love to moisturize.
It's
Like,
not.
I don't feel good about lotions because I feel sticky and wet for like the rest of the day.
Tell me how you apply lotion.
Well, I put it in my hands, I rub it up, and then I wipe it down, girl. Wipe it down, and then I just feel wet.
I feel like you're probably using too much.
Maybe I'm just so hydrated that my body's like, why you adding this extra layer of wetness to us?
It's not about that. You can drink
I
as much
drink
water
gallons
as you,
of water a day.
you can drink as much water as you need, but your skin still needs the hydration. It's not. It doesn't immediately you drink it down and doesn't like just come out your pores and be like, oh, I'm moisturized. It doesn't work that way. You have to use moisturizer. You're getting old.
You couldn't tell that by the look of my face. Because it's so wet. From that one time I put...
Sunscreen on?
Don't even get me started on that.
He's going to the Dominican Republic in 2 months. And
She took
I
me
know
to
he's not
Mexico
putting any
for
sunscreen on.
A whole month. And I still... This is cut... The white balance of the video is getting thrown off by looking at my hands. And I was in Mexico for a month. Not that long ago.
So when you come home from
I'm gonna be-
DR, burnt as shit, guess who's not applying aloe?
Guess what? I'll come back so dark that your parents will get mad you're dating me. And that's how it's going to be.
That's how it's going to be.
Check me out.
I don't believe that.
You never let me...
I think you're still going to be pale.
You never let me show
No.
off. I am a lot of Italian, and I think
the
dark,
bigger problem
babe.
is
I can get dark.
You're like 20 minutes in the sun, need the shade. It doesn't work like that.
Just like I get hot doesn't mean I don't get dark.
Well, you didn't get dark in Mexico.
It's because you wouldn't let me. You kept putting on.
I'm so sorry
lotions
that I didn't want
and
you to get
tan-
skin cancer.
Maybe that's not.
You have nothing to say.
Maybe that's not where. I'm I'm so thrown off about the whole thing. Maybe we would be bigger if you had more of like a Mario.
I'm gonna pack you a little.
Meets
I'm gonna
your
pack you a
Kelly
little goodie
Ripa.
bag.
If we were more of the situation, then you need a bronzed man
Why?
to just set this shit off.
I can put some bronzer on you if that's what it's about.
It's about me.
Just kidding. I don't have bronzer.
I'm just gonna sit
No,
in
I'm gonna pack you a little goodie bag,
tanning
where you choose to
oil.
use it or not.
I'm
It's your
I'm
own
gonna bake in the sun
decision.
for 10 hours in tanning oil and just be like, "Hey, yo, girl."
I can't even get on this flight home.
They won't let. They body searched me because I was so dark.
You get searched both ways, just the way there.
The funny thing about going to Mexico is like I looked like the most sus person. Then we push this button and they're like, well, whatever this button decides.
That was strange, but I feel like anybody who went
I
to
had the
Mexico
most
recently-
illegal things in my backpack. I think.
No, it
I
was
had
your
the
camera
jewel pods,
equipment.
I had cameras.
Oh, yeah.
I had other things.
No, the
May have
jewel
had even
pods.
other things. Who knows? They didn't care. They just wanted to put me through the
You
ringer.
had 2 jewel pods that we didn't know about until we got home.
Apparently, they're very illegal in Mexico.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta pay $80 to them for like a street urchin. And be like, bruh.
No, we made friends with them guys.
Yeah, we had to travel to the most sus part of Mexico to a point we had to go inside some garage.
Our Uber driver was like,
Don't get out
Don't
here."
get out of the car.
We're like, can we stay in the car? He's like, of course. We had to go in some garage in some backwards part of Mexico to meet.
No,
some
he was
guy.
cool though. And I think
He
I might
was
have.
cool, but on the way out, I'm like, should we order the Uber now? Just to me.
Yeah, but then when he like walked out weirdly, I was like, is it cool if we stay here till our Uber gets here? And he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was okay.
It was fine, I suppose.
It was scary.
Don't let her get you wrong. She's like, oh, I was fearless through the whole thing.
I was.
You're the one that's going to get kidnapped.
Right. You're the one who's supposed to protect me from that.
If it comes to a life or death situation, dude, they're like, we're going to kill you or take your girl. Be like, I don't know her that well.
Take my girl?
I have a certain set of skills.
No.
But unfortunately, I don't have international calling, so I cannot even call
You
them.
find
to
the
tell
U.S.
them.
Embassy and go get me.
Where's that at?
It's fine. You can, no, babe. If they took me, do you know the things that they would do to me?
Do you know the things that they would do to me?
But honestly, if they killed you, they would have taken me anyway. So
Right.
it's
so
fine. It's fine. I'm over
You know,
it.
I
I almost just
foresaw
started
the whole
crying.
situation. It wasn't because I wouldn't miss you. It was because I was like, either way, I'm dead. So, might as well.
They probably would have taken me and killed you anyway. It's fine.
That's what I just said.
All right.
There was no point
Okay.
in trying to help.
Well, good thing nothing happened.
Good thing. Let's take it to a lighter note. Aioli is a scam. I don't know how many fancy restaurants I've been to. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to make my fried chicken sandwich with garlic aioli? Later did I find out.
I made garlic aioli last night.
What'd you make it out of?
Garlic and mayo.
It's just fancy. It's not even fancy mayonnaise. That's some Hellmann's. Like, you just throw some shit in some Hellmann's and call it, oh, that's aioli.
No, I was kind of surprised because I was following a recipe and it was like,
First, take a scoop of
no, it was
Hellmann's mayo.
grate the garlic and mix the mayo. And I was like, okay, there's going to be another step. Maybe I added a dash of salt, but that might have been it. And that's all it was. And I was surprised that was what garlic aioli was.
That's the difference between $4 and $20.
Yeah.
This comes with some garlic aioli.
When you think about it,
It
like
comes with some fucking mayo mixed with like a couple cloves.
like gourmet French fries at like a fancy restaurant with garlic aioli or like sriracha garlic
There's nothing
aioli.
gourmet about the whole thing.
I know.
French fries
The
are
meal
just French
itself
fries.
costs about $6 to prepare, and they charge $24.
I don't even know if it calls for that. You buy a potato and some mayo.
Buy a potato.
And just like probably find some garlic in the back of your cabinet and just be like,
Back of your cabinet.
there's always some garlic in the back
Probably
of your
rotten.
cabinet.
Yeah,
It
no,
may have spawned new garlic.
I
cloves.
always have 3 heads of garlic, like, and I don't even want them.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do with all that?
I use a decent amount of
Make
garlic.
millions.
Garlic aioli at home. I'm selling it.
Loose change garlic aioli coming soon to the store. Hook it up, guys.
Are you gonna make it?
No, but I'll just oversee I'll be like the producer and you'll be like the actor in the cooking scene.
And also the one making it?
Yeah.
Or are we
'cause
getting it like produced for us?
in the long if you guys buy 3 jars of loose change
Don't buy
garlic-
it because you can make it yourself.
Why? You're so sell. Anyway, you finally went not to the gyno, to the fucking laser surgery hair removal.
No, I did
store.
finally go to the gyno.
About that.
It was supposed to be like 2 weeks before, I don't know, one episode, and then they rescheduled. So I finally went, and I had kind of forgotten. It had been like 2 years since I'd last been, and they do the whole breast exam. So I come back, and I'm having all this anxiety, but I was just like, I think we're all good, but I was sort of upset, and I was like, Max, will you give me a breast exam?
And I was like, well, you know,
Because you're supposed to do it monthly. That was my point there, but
so like monthly, if we was in the midst of a sexual action and I was squeezing your tits and maybe I felt something awry, I wouldn't stop in the midst. I'd be like, I finished, and I'd be like, hey, babe, I think I felt a couple lumpy lumps up in there.
I don't...
And I'm not, that's for both of us. I wanted you to have pleasure before the pain of the realization that I may have found some lumpy lumps.
Oh, God.
And I'm just lying about it.
Wait, do you think that's a thing? Because I've never thought about it, and I probably should have Googled it. Do you think it's a thing that, like, women, like, their man does their breast exam?
If I was squeezing your tits and I felt a lump,
But
I would tell you.
All right, honestly...
But I might come first. That's all I'm saying. But I would
Don't-
still
Don't be
bring the
jealous,
information.
but the way that Owen...
I'm so jealous already.
the way
Who the
that
fuck is
Owen-
Owen?
is my doctor.
I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
The way that Owen does it, it's
Owen,
like...
if you see this, I got numbers on your head, homie. We coming for you.
The way that he does it, it's, like, pretty slow and, like, honestly, it's not, like, sensual and, like, I hated it.
You
No,
like
I
it more
hated
than the
it.
way I do it. She's like, the way
No,
Owen
babe, I
does
swear.
it's pretty slow.
I hated it.
He just
It was
caresses the
awkward.
nipple in such a nice...
No.
It's like, Max, why don't you do it more like Owen? And also, he's a doctor. So maybe I won't tell you next time I feel a lumpy lump. Because you only see him once a year.
It's not
you
funny.
see me every day.
No, it was a little weird, but like, so we're gonna have to have like one morning, 1 month.
Can you feel my nuts in the same way and be like, is there a lumpy lump?
Absolutely, babe. Why'd you have to be so freaking?
Let's just check each other. They talk about self-checks. Let's talk about couple checks.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it for you. Don't be a dick because somebody just.
Well, I
did
never
to me.
went to my penisatrician and was like,
What are they called? We did this before.
I don't know.
Starts with a U. Urologist.
And I was like, you know the way Mark does it?
Babe, I'll do
The way
it.
he feels my balls is like slow and steady. And he knows who wins the race. It's Mark.
All right, whatever. We can either do it together or not.
We should do it. We're all in this together. Throwback. Callback.
High School Musical, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I think we did that in an earlier
Okay,
episode.
well, just in case you didn't see those.
Anyway, babe, once you get past the sack of the tits, sometimes you get into some... What do you call the main part?
The breast?
It's just straight
I
up.
think it's straight breast.
Straight up breast.
Yeah.
It's just straight up.
Yeah, there's no sack.
It's not called like the labia aioli.
No. An areola? Is that what you were going for?
That's just the outer part of the same nip.
No, it's breast.
Is the breast just like
Yeah,
some
it's-
nip mixed with a bit of mayo?
No, it's breast.
And you're like,
I'm
now we
straight-
got,
I'm just touching my
now
boobs.
we got a full cup
Breast,
of aioli right here.
Breast, areola, nipple. That's all that
It's
this
wow.
chest
That-
area is.
That's the most least complicated part of a female's body. You remember being health cut? You like dig in from the inside, and like the curtains keep getting smaller and smaller. Like, well, that's the minora, that's the majora, that's that over there. We don't even know what that is. And then we're getting back in the labia
Are you talking
minora.
about the vagina?
Yeah, dude. It's like a whole. It's like Shrek. The bigger, more you peel an onion, the deeper you get to the inside. And I don't know all the layers of an onion.
I don't know all the layers, but I do know how to cut an onion.
Do you know how to cut it? Back to nipple play. So we were hanging out with a couple of our friends the other night, and it's like, you know, possibly all men, if you do it right, like nipple play can be good for everyone.
Can it?
And so we tried to, this was a big conversation. We tried to round it out when we saw a male dog on its back, and I said, he has 6 nipples too. And I said, is anyone playing with those? No. And I said, remember when you said that male dogs don't have nipples? They do.
Did I say that?
You did. You're like, male dogs don't have nipples. I'm like, I bet you they have the same amount. Every male and female
They have the same amount of nipples as you. You have 6 nipples?
Now, that's a personal problem. I've talked to my doctor about it. But most male and female species, they all have the same amount of nips. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
I'm not like super worried about other species.
are yours pleasurable?
Well, they used to be, I think, and then I got a breast reduction, so now I just don't have full feeling in both nipples. But sometimes I do, so
All right, well,
it is upsetting, I'll be
let's
honest.
think about my nips, who still have the same amount of feeling.
All right, well, like
And
I feel like
all
I've
males'
tried to play.
nipples,
I've
all
tr-
males' nipples.
Okay, well,
They
yours are
all
the only ones I'm
do.
playing with,
Well,
and
maybe
when
that's the problem. Maybe you should be playing, just going to the dog park and being like, your dog has nice nips. Maybe you do too. Let me squeeze them out. Aside from that fact,
I feel like when I have tried to play with
have
yours,
you encountered a male with bad nipples?
what do you mean bad nipples?
And did you covet them the same? Like if I met a woman with bad nipples,
What are bad nipples?
like
Really big ones?
big old, shorty got some big old
Like
nips.
long? My nipples are normal, right?
You have very normal nips.
Okay. So do you, I think.
Now we're all on the same page. But in the same way in last episode, we're talking about weird dicks you've seen. I've seen some weird nips.
Like what?
Like big old, like,
No, all right, you're being dramatic. Nothing is, no nipples are this big.
I can't make it big enough, but like,
Did they have children?
no. They just have big tits, but like the nips expanded with them. That's what we call it, a sausage nip. But not even, because I think a
Honestly, I
sausage
don't
nip
know
is
anything
ideal.
about that. A sausage nip is
She doesn't know
ideal.
No, well, kind of a pepperoni nip, but I don't know why we use that as an insulting term.
No, the pepperoni I thought was speaking to the areola. The nipple is a different part. You know that, right?
Look, when we were making comments on the size of nipples,
When you were 16,
maybe when I was 12, we didn't have all
probably when he was like 26, but
yesterday. We didn't have all the information.
so wait, what's a sausage nip? Are you talking about like
So,
the pepperoni ones? I know what a pepperoni is. I think it's like slightly
That means
offensive, but
maybe we should call it a bologna nip
oh my god.
in current day, because that's what we're describing.
Because who eats bologna these days?
I don't even know. I don't trust where that shit comes from. Who even knows? Anyway, there's nips that are too big for the breast. I guess there's areolas too big for the breast. The nips are fine.
How?
I've never seen a big nipple.
Okay, well I think that's what the question was.
I guess
you
the
you were like, it's
areola.
a sausage nip, so I'm thinking the actual nipple is this big.
The term was coined before we knew the nipple and areola
Not
were two
sausage. It
different
was
things.
pepperoni was coined first.
And I don't even know what that means. That sounds like a perfect nipple.
It's not a nipple. It's the areola.
I know. I guess we're talking about areolas now. The
Honestly,
perfect
I wish you
areola
could
does
Google
exist.
it.
So do I have a good areola? Do I have areolas?
Yes.
Do I?
Yes.
So is mine good?
All right.
Do I have a good areola?
Your nipple is just the little.
I know it's
Okay, you know it. So what do you think the skin around it is?
I just used
just
to call
thought- you
them
thought the
all
whole
a
thing was
nipple.
a nipple.
It's all nip.
Yeah, that's the. I guess I don't know if it's called.
Do
an
I
areola.
still have an
No,
areola?
I
Or do
think-
I just have a nipple?
No, the area around it, like the circle, right? The circle.
Yes.
That's the areola. I'm pretty sure, and I'm
Which
pretty
has
sure
like
men
8
have them
mini
too.
nips inside it.
Who told you that? Health class?
No, just when you flick one, they all get hard and one's bigger.
What?
Do I have to explain?
No, I just might
Just
be
take your nipple
experimenting
out.
tonight. No.
If you flick a nip, you get like chicken skin around. It kind of looks like 8 little nips around a big nip, and they're all like, "Party! It's the big nip." I think we've been on this topic too long.
I think it's gonna be the topic I'm on for the rest of the night, but okay.
We can come back to it. I think I even need to skip, like, inappropriate times to use baby talk. My first comment on that would be like, well, when I have a flaccid penis, and remember at the beginning of this, we were like, I don't think this episode has anything to say about sex talk and penises and vaginas. And we're about, I don't even know, like 10 minutes in, and I think we've just been talking about nipples for the whole time.
Yeah, but it
now I'm
stemmed.
about to-
No, but it stemmed from my gyno conversation, which is like a relevant thing. It's not like we're just talking about sex.
ed. Yeah, we're not talking about raw sex.
Sex ed.
We're just talking about sex ed shit. And what I have been saying is,
Maybe that's what you could get a job in.
probably, dude, I could be a sex therapist.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The first thing we need to do is back to what I was talking about. What were the names?
Just said I'm not ready.
Jesse and Greg, Pam and
Lisa and
just try to think of the 2 whitest names.
Karen is the whitest name.
Well, that one's got too much trouble this year.
True, true.
So, Lisa and Greg, I'm like, that's an internal issue you have with one another. Maybe the bigger issue is what you're expanding in Lisa's nips. And maybe she has a small issue that just won't get bigger because, Greg, your dick's small, and I'm sorry for all of you. And maybe we just need to talk to a divorce lawyer, talk to my cousin. He's really good at it.
It sounds like you'll make $150 per one session because nobody's going to come back to you as a therapist.
Gang, gang.
You need a lot of clients to make any money.
Yeah, a lot of good clients. I just say divorce is probably the option. I don't want to lie to my clients, man. Or I could lie. I'd be like,
I would like to know.
Greg, you know,
No,
cause let me see your dick.
I think we.
That looks pretty big to me, man. I think Lisa, Karen, whatever your name was,
Lisa.
Yeah, maybe you need to appreciate his small problem more, and he'll appreciate your big problems more, and then we could all get out of this and stay together for the kids.
We had talked about the like 50% of marriages end in divorce. I think the new topic that we need to research is how many couples that go to couples therapy stay together. Because I want to know if it works or not. Because otherwise they're wasting money.
I almost think when you get to the point of couples therapy, you're like...
I don't know. I think some people it does work for. No, we're never doing it. But...
It's just like...
It's like couples therapy,
like, you know,
family therapy.
Oh my God. You gonna bring the whole fam in there?
Yeah.
And be like,
Children
I'm
too.
sorry, kids, earmuffs. Your mom has big nips.
No. You don't talk about that in family therapy.
Then what the
Have
fuck
you
you
been
talking
to family therapy?
Guys, stop barging in the room when I'm trying to deal with your mom's big nips.
Okay. No, I'm just saying you might have a career down that path.
No, yeah, I could do a much better job. I hope no one I ever work with is listening to this. But I'll lie to you
It's fine if
better.
our families are.
I'll lie to you all better. But in reality, just get a divorce or stick it out and get old and die together. Whatever you want. Should we go into people from the Northeast or...
Well, we just tried baby talk and didn't get there.
Yeah, because maybe...
All right, no, it's
all right,
fine. I don't even want to.
Lisa, the way to get involved with your new baby is maybe talk to Greg's dick.
Do I talk like a baby?
You never have. And that's why I like you.
Wait, no, I thought I'd do like a little like cute...
Oh, there's no pictures. What's next? I got no flashy peanut. Oh, baby, because... No, you've never done that. But
Okay,
that
well, I
is
thought
that
the
is
point
an
was-
example of a time when you should never talk to a man's flaccid penis like it's a baby, because
I didn't know that's what that subject was.
that's what I got off of it. If you have another example.
No, I don't. Like sometimes it's like
oh,
sometimes I think I like talk in like a cute like high voice that's not my actual voice.
hard for me, baby. And I'm like, dude,
I'm done.
I no, but maybe.
I think we should skip the next one. I just don't think it fits.
Which is the next one? All right, you ever try to watch musicals before to be a cultural person, and you like,
No, the one before that was fine. No, go ahead. Go ahead, because his favorite movie is High School Musical. So
my favorite musical, and I live
movie. His favorite being
film.
classical.
So I lived in New York City for several years. Never once went to Broadway because musicals ain't for me.
I did ask you after we had watched all three High School Musicals together, and then Frozen and like something else.
Great
musicals. I was like still trying to get to know him. I'm like, so do you actually like Broadway things? My mom would always take me to like every play on like the Walnut Street Theater, like anywhere. I've been on to Broadway. And I was like, so do you like musicals? And he was like, no, I absolutely don't like musicals. And I was like, surprised.
Yeah, surprise.
But
I
he
saw
loves
the
High School Musical.
3 best musicals of my life early on. It was like, fuck musicals. Then those like Vanessa Hudgens nudes got leaked. And you were like, dude, I at least love 3 musicals, and I'll be there for every one of them. And see, no one ever really came up that hard in the musical scene. As far High School Musical, it's full of great tunes and great people, and Vanessa Hudgens, where you
I'm
can picture her tits.
sobbing.
Flying.
I can't actually sing, so I'm gonna stop.
I can't either, but check me out on Auto-Tune. Speaking of people that can't really sing but we're in love with, as a 20s individual, and I'm talking late, like I'm 29, she's 27. We're all
Late.
we're basically just scrounging at the.
All right, calm down. You might be.
Babe,
I've still got some time.
I'm still a young man. Look at this hair. Anyway,
Beautiful.
you put a bunch of people in a room that are of, I guess, a little older than Nicolette, and you put on some 2000s classic jams. I'm talking Sean Paul. I'm talking maybe Kevin Little. I'm talking some new age Chris Brown. I'm talking, who else am I talking? Like some Akon, some T-Pain, some Ja Rule, so whatever you have.
I don't know about Ja Rule. Late 2000s.
Ja Rule came up, he was like late night. I don't even know when this shit happened, but you put it on, maybe Sean Cakes and Stars being like, "You're way too beautiful," and like you and your friends that are all within the range of 30 just start pounding beers, doing power hours, getting rat. You're like, I can rock with the rage of my teenage body. Turns out you can't. You wake up the next day, you have, and I'm sure many of you 30 or close to or pluses out there like, wow, that hangover anxiety is nothing like I've ever felt before. And that shit may last for 1, 2, maybe even 3 days, depending on how many Sean Kingston songs you listen to, or if you were like, "Come and get it to my girl, on the temperature." That shit'll put you
That's
down.
Sean Paul.
Yeah, they're all in the same
Okay.
gang. They're in the Sean brothership.
It's like, I don't think that all of my friends that are my age, and I know we're not far in age, but I don't think they all experience that. Some do. I know I do sometimes. It's like the wake up anxiety is not as bad where I feel like you experience it, but like the night after, I'm just like, holy shit.
I think the ghosts are going to kill me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Accurate. Okay. we've all across the board, the ghosts are trying to kill us. One thing, I mean, I've lived a pretty lavish life across different cities and I had a lot of experiences. And the one thing I found out throughout my life that has disturbed me a lot, but also cheered me on as a white rapper is that I'm Eskimo Bros with G-Eazy more times than I would like to be.
No comment.
I will not mention any names or any places, but it's
But
been
how many times? Twice? 3
two.
times? Okay.
2 deaf, 3 maybe. But, you know, it makes me feel like I'm on the right path, obviously. If I'm crossing ways and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick a little freestyle," and they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, I must be better than G.
You basically almost had sex with Halsey.
Almost. Mm-hmm. Like, me and Halsey are Eskimo Bros, dude. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have sex with G-Eazy, though. It doesn't work that way. I get it. No,
we're on the family
I'm proud
tree.
Of you. I'm proud
we're
of
on
you.
the family tree. We're on the family tree.
Now I'm just having thoughts. Oh, God.
Babe, the other thing
All
we were
the
talking-
juices.
The other thing we were talking about before this episode was how we've barely started this podcast. You're already getting creepy men
Yeah.
hitting you up.
Yeah, so I mean, we follow a lot of people on the podcast. We're looking for the followers. We want you guys to follow us. And if we follow somebody, that person only follows me because we're like tagged at the top of the bio, whatever. And they only follow me, and it's just like this 45-year-old white man that I don't know that has like a weird profile, only follows like
He's got like a
16-year-olds.
dead deer in the profile.
Yeah. But those, you know, I said to Max the first time, I was like, babe, I got my first fan. And I showed him, and he was like, yeah, you're going to get a lot of that.
More to come. That's insane. Like on a low scale, you're already like primed up.
And this is the first time I'm not wearing a sweatshirt.
primed up to send feet
But babe,
pics
could I have a claw?
for maximum money.
Maximum money.
If we get enough of you weirdos out there, we'll start an OnlyFans and I'll take the pictures of her feet.
I could probably take pictures of my own feet.
Tell me how.
All right, you can take them.
How would
You'll
you
do it better, I know.
How would you take?
Babe, it's not that hard. They want the bottom of your feet.
They want to see the whole thing, babe.
All right, you'll do like a whole like rotation of the foot.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get the heel, the bunion, the pinky toe up close.
Look out for my OnlyFans featuring only my feet.
It may be me sometimes.
No.
I'll just be
Just my
there.
feet.
I'll just be there.
You're the cameraman.
Well, yeah, maybe
You
I'll...
can have 10%.
Can I throw in
It's
some
fine.
commentary?
No. that's weird.
10%.
Cameraman. They're my feet.
Produce the platform in which your feet will be shown to a level that people might want to pay to see them. The podcast
When
is
somebody
over.
when somebody wants to look at your feet, I'll take 10% too.
People, if you guys want to look at my feet, half
Don't.
price.
Just kidding.
Basically look the same.
They're fine feet.
Speaking of like trying to get on the web to look at people's feet, we had a conversation about, you know, like TVs and dads used to be the ultimate pairing. It's like your dad, you go home, you'd be like, Max, you got to get the 4 remotes and then put them on in this order to make the TV play stuff.
4 remotes. I forgot about that.
It's always 4 remotes, if not more. And these days, so the TV space has expanded to almost try and catch up with the times. The only person in the world you know that bought a 3D TV is your fucking dad. Guilty as charged.
Wait.
Yeah,
I just like him and I know how he feels.
she's a great woman. My condolences.
What's a condolence?
Dude, what is a condolence?
Did I die?
I don't know. Maybe your dog did. Maybe you had a bad poop. Maybe like your tooth fell out that day. But my condolence. What is my condolence and how much is it worth to you?
Why are you giving it to me?
I'm just getting... Girl, you want this condolence? You want all these condolences? Girl, I'll give you condolences all night long. Because your grandma died. Yeah.
You're gonna give me your sympathy all night long because
I'm going to give
my
you my
grandmother died.
condolence.
No, I think that you can have
Oh,
condolences.
they wanted to say, well, I can give you my sympathies.
No,
or
my condolences.
Do you give multiple?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. At the end of the show, we get to the end of the docket, and one of the... This is one of the worst things he had. But aside from that, the worst thing we have on this docket is a note that says...
No. Wait. Your name is Herbert. What's your nickname?
Herb or Herb.
Is it Herb or Herb? Because I honestly don't know.
Herb or Herb, dude.
I met
You
a
see
friend.
how-
No, it was a friend of my
You have
dad's.
friends named Herb and
No,
Herb?
not me, but a friend of my
How do you spell
dad's.
them names?
I didn't ask him.
big question.
He was checking my fire alarms, and he was like, I think he said Herb, but I don't know if he said Herb or Herb. But I imagine they're both for Herbert, right?
Is anyone actually named Herb, or is it just
Well, no.
Herb with the silent H?
No, I think they're
There's
all
actually
named,
a man named Herbert.
No, Herbert, but I think
Who the fuck's named
it's,
Herb?
dude, it's like the same as like
Herb?
it's like the same as Richard going
What
by
would you
Dick.
what would
like,
you shorten? What was the shortened version that led to Herb with the ERB?
well, no, I think it's Herb with a silent H
Ah,
that they pronounce it like
so
that.
it's all. But then some people will call Herbert Herb.
Herb or Herb.
See, these are the questions we really need to ask. Not why did Joe Biden bomb Syria and not give me $2,000. We need to find out why Herb is named Herb and Herb and Herb.
It's so much more important.
It's the real big facts. I mean, cancel my student loans or figure out what your grandpa's name really is. Is it
He's
Herb
not my
or-
grandfather. My
Man,
grandfather's name is Joseph.
I'm just talking to the people. Is your grandpa nicknamed Herb, and is that Herb with the silent H? And is both your grandfathers also named Herbert? And does one have the silent H and one have the H? And is it Herb or Herb or what's good? Joe Biden, give me $2,000. Thank you
Boom,
so
boom.
much tonight, guys. I'm very happy you tuned in.
But does it matter if it's Herb or Herb? Herb? People, like the way people say things with like the U weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, human.
No one says that!
No,
Roll
no,
the
no,
outro
no.
music.